Learning English is not an easy thing to do. First, you need an interest in it and a reason why you want to learn it. The next most important thing is to just get started. So today, let's talk about 5 things that you can do to get on your way to fluency in 2025. Are you ready to learn those 5 things? If so, then let's get into it. First, let's create an English immersive environment. Watch English movies, TV shows, and news channels. Find something that you like and set a time to watch it each day. See what you can pick up on and the patterns that you start to notice. The way that people are speaking now can be found in their TV shows, so really think about the type of English that you want to speak and then look for those types of shows. You can also read English books, newspapers, and online articles. Once again, the key to this is to find things that interest you. Books about personal finance, sports, or self-improvement really interest me, so if it was me, I would try to find books in those topics. If you are able to, you can also try to find an English-speaking partner or group as well. Paid or unpaid, there are many ways that you can find to speak to someone in English. When I first got to Japan, I had a Japanese English language exchange, which was a great way for me to learn Japanese while also helping someone else with their English. So just find something that works for you and then go at it that way. And this is going to take us into the next tip, which is active listening. Before, we talked about creating an immersive English language environment by listening to TV shows, watching videos, or news in English. Another way to make sure that you are taking your English to the next level is by practicing active listening. Instead of just having these shows on in the background, really listen with intent. Maybe today you want to work on a certain part of speech. Listen to that program and then see how many times can I find that specific part of speech. Notice how characters are using English in that show and also really pay attention closely to the types of situations that they're using it in. A lot of times we're here to just listen to English in the background passively as we do something else. With active listening, you can take that one step further by really focusing in on the type of content that you're listening to, and this is going to lead us into the next tip. The next thing that you can do to improve your English language skills is take great notes. If there's some new vocabulary that you are learning for the first time, how about writing it down? Make a note of the situation and also how it's being used. Go back over what you wrote to reinforce it and then try to make sure to use it as soon as possible. The faster that you use something after learning it, the faster it's going to stick with you. So for example, if you can pick up something from the news shows that we were talking about earlier, see if there's about 3 to 5 vocabulary word or phrases that you can pick up on. What were they talking about when they used those 3 to 5 words or phrases that you picked out earlier? Also, what are those types of situations that those phrases or words are being used in? After writing it down, can you think of any situations where you would be able to use those words or phrases in your day-to-day? I had a friend when I was younger who would learn different words or phrases from movies. She would then take note of those words or phrases that she was picking up from the movies and go outside and try to use those phrases or words as soon as she could. Are there any words or phrases that you have written down recently that you can try out? If so, how about let me know down in the comments below. I really like to check them out. And this is going to take us into the next tip. Set realistic expectations. English is not something that you're going to study today and then be fluent at it tomorrow. Fluency is a complex skill that takes time and practice to develop. What is realistic for you? Are you just starting out? Do you already have learning experience from a school or by learning privately on your own? Going into English with realistic expectations is really going to make it much easier for you to go through those ups and downs that come with learning English. Just like everything in life, there's going to be times when you're really having a good pace, you're enjoying English, and everything is just going well. Then, of course, there's going to be times when it seems like you're just not understanding anything, you're not progressing at all. If I go into something with the goal of getting a little bit better than I was the day before, or learning 3 to 5 new words or phrases that I didn't know last week, it's gonna be easier for me to see some progress, which is much better than seeing no progress at all. You don't need to set unrealistic goals of 0 to fluent in 3 months. Just take your time, and you know that you can progress toward your goal at your own pace, on your own time. Now let's talk about not being afraid of making mistakes. When I first came to Japan, it felt like I had returned to childhood with my level of Japanese. Simple things that I could do back home, like shopping for myself, going to an ATM machine, or things like that, became big adventures. I did find out that the more I was able to get out there, even though I did make mistakes, those mistakes were stepping stones to me to get to the place that I wanted to be. Sometimes friends would point out mistakes. You might even get some reactions that let you know that that's not the way to say that. But if you don't try in the first place, you won't know where you're going wrong. You won't know where you're making those mistakes. I think you will start to find out too that you do know more than you think. Make some mistakes, but unless it's a life or death situation, most people are gonna try to help you out. Put yourself in situations that are gonna make you improve by making those mistakes and then learning from them. This is how children learn, and you can too. If you wait to try your English until you're perfect at it, you might miss out on lots of chances to get better because you're just not out there trying at all. Do you have anything that you have tried to do in the past to improve your English learning skills? If so, how about leave those down in the comments below? I'd really like to read them. Also, if you got any benefit out of this video at all, how about sharing it with someone else that you think it would help? And if you're interested in learning how you can use YouTube to improve your English learning skills, check out this video right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. See you.